Yeah, so we can't get into South, but we've got this map of the mine, so we can actually get in that using that. Unfortunately, these maps are not in the hands of the Brothers of South at the moment. We gave it over to the assistant tax collector who lives in Hegley, a fellow named Stellan. Yeah, we've been to his office actually and got a map. I understand that there was some confusion in regards to how much the Abbey could be taxed because of its connection to those ore mines. If you speak to him, I'm sure he could show you those documents. At least it sounds like a way we may be able to re-enter the Abbey. Yes, we... hello, yes. Well, yes, it does, doesn't it? I don't suppose among those masses of books you have in the Abbey you would have one in chess, would you? I'm looking for information on a chess move called Abba's Turn. God, that's going back a bit. No self-respecting Keshian library would be without one, and as the Abbey was founded by Keshian wanderers, it stands to reason you have something. Wonderful. If you could dig something up for us, I would be very happy to pay a finder's fee for anything you can find on chess moves. It's a fairly special request, so I may have to spend a while digging, and I do have another project I need to handle this evening. Would you be willing to pay 100 sovereigns? Yes. See, this is all things I should have done in earlier chapters, really. Well, I think in this case it might be worth the expense. I will see to it your money is well spent. If you will wait here, I will return as soon as I have something of interest. Okay. The priest returned several hours later. So, what did you discover? Owen asked, his mood improving with Brother Mark's reappearance. Anything we can use? Mark frowned and burrowed in the folds of his robe. I found there appears to be no difference between Linlan, Peshawar, cockfighting, darts, Pukir, King's Mountain, dice, Shormstrun, Four Hands Dawn, and chess as far as our cataloguing system is concerned. They are all still considered just games at this point. Owen shrugged. Oh well, nice try. I just wish we hadn't wasted our time. Brother Mark pulled a scroll out of his left sleeve and laid it in Owen's lap. It was no waste of time. You haven't seen this particular scroll. Oh, you haven't seen this particular scroll. Yeah. Pardon, Owen blinked at the parchment, then at the priest. What do you mean? What I mean is that the scroll in your lap is known as the oh my... Yeah, it's known as that. Which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. The Victor's Soul. It is perhaps the rarest and most valuable writing on the subject of chess ever put to paper. Unfortunately, it is also exceedingly rare. I get chills just thinking what we had to do to get it. This is our only translation available, and it was the only work I could find with reference to Abba's Turn. Read it in quickly before Brother Anthony finds I've taken it. So, okay, the Sarn is actually closed now because the Abbot's Hill. So we can't get in. We have to get to the library. We have to go via the mine, but this bloke can just wander off and get in and come back a few hours later. Okay, right. Owen smiled and unrolled the scroll, studying all the details of the move carefully. Once he had absorbed the material, he produced the gold he owed Brother Mark. I promise I won't forget your efforts, brother. The priest nodded, then snatched up the scroll. Let's just hope Brother Anthony can. Right, so if I could only remember where this bloke it was definitely in an inn somewhere. I remember that. Some bloke who was wanting to play chess with us. So now we can actually go back and play chess, and oh god, if I remember. Is it permitted for outsiders to browse the books in the vaults? I'd be interested in looking them over. It's fine with me, but it's Brother Anthony you may have to convince. He doesn't like strangers wandering about down there without supervision. We have a number of rare and valuable books, and it would be the worst kind of tragedy to lose them to a casual browser. I'll warn you though, you may have difficulty finding what it is you want. Many of the books have never been catalogued unless you know very specifically what you're looking for, either by the scribe's name or the title of the work. You might not find anything that will be of any value to you. Inns! Do you know of any good inns in the area? I think I might sleep a little better if I could bed down on something other than cold ground tonight. There are a few. You might try Babin's Hostel in Quester's View or the old Bywater Inn. If it weren't for my duties here, I would be half inclined to join you. Some acolyte somewhere has been trying his hand at dream sendings, and I've not had a good night's sleep in weeks. Oh no, that's interesting, isn't it, considering what's going on at the temple. It's a way to send messages over long distances. Only certain magicians have the talent for it. Whoever it is, they can't be too far away because his images are fairly strong. What do they seem to be trying to say? I'm not certain. The images are too disjointed, though now I think of it. I thought I had seen your elf friend's face before. Now I know why. His face was in the sendings. Oh, so that's all part of the story. Okay, we need now then to find the entrance to the mine. Oh. So, I think if we just carry on heading towards Sarn then, We'll try our best to find a solution, but we have another important matter to attend to at very little time. What happens in the circumstances that this brother Dominic begins to hallucinate? I cannot say with any certitude. My assumption is that he will activate the mystic defences. If that occurs, there may be no access to the abbey at all. At least it doesn't sound as if he will pose a life-threatening situation. If we come across anything that I think could be of help, I promise we will return as soon as we can. In exchange, do us a favour and stay out of Dominic's path until this problem is solved. Goodbye, brother. The party's abilities have increased. Yeah, right. Okay. So, well, we'll just carry on heading back to onwards to Sarn. We're looking for mines now to try and allow us to get in there. Now, I think that is just the way up to Egley. So, we'll save it at this point, as I don't know exactly where I'm going. We'll carry on this way. About the path turned. After a few minutes of travelling the roadbed, hang on a minute. After a few minutes of travelling the roadbed, this should be common there. The roadbed began a steady rise, spiralling around the base of its sheer rock-faced hill. Sarth, Owen said. We probably have enough time to drop in for a brief visit, and it might break up the monotony of the road. Shall we want to take a look around? Yes, we do. Now then. Well, we can't enter, can we? From a distance, the Abbey of Ishap at Sarth had seemed a fortress, its sheer walled courtyard dominated by an ancient single-storey keep. But closer inspection revealed that a shop profited where once an ironmonger had forged swords. Delicate flowers bloomed where soldiers had once mustered. Oh. I was trying to click to read the rest of it, you damn fool game. North. Yes, let's go back in again so I can read the next bit of that text. I had once must see. Yeah, if you click down here to get the next bit of text, which is what you would think. Oh no, it's not there isn't the next bit of text. There's a full stop there. Okay, can we enter? Light blinded Owen. Screaming, he arched back from the doorway he'd been about to press open and covered his eyes as if averting some great horror. Stumbling backwards into Gareth, he trembled in the warrior's grasp. Magic, Owen gasped at last. Terrible, terrible magic. It was like looking into a nightmare. Someone has warded the door. Releasing his hold on the boy, Gareth stared at the doorway doubtfully. Is there any way you can banish it? Owen shook his head. No, it's far too powerful. We will have to find another way in if we're out down to it. Yes, we will. And I was hoping that somewhere down here there would be a little sort of way to get into the mine, and yeah, the entrance to the mine would actually be here, but it's not. Now, if I was a mine entrance, then where would I be? Oh, well, I wouldn't be too far away from Sarth, that's for sure, because Sarth is built on top of the mines, isn't it? Right, I'm just looking at a map of the area now. And that's not helping me really at all. So, let's have a look here. Zoom out. Okay, let's go back in, because according to the map that I've got up on my laptop, the way in is actually somewhere up here, which I can't actually see. So it must be somewhere on that main south screen. So yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Let's go north again. Sarth, yeah, let's drop in again for a third time. Yeah, because it's there. It's somewhere around here, according to. Let's just. So when you're saying enter, do you mean up there? No. No. Let me into the bleeding mine. Oh. Trees whooped at their faces, mumbling about the inconvenience of castle engineers. Owen led the way down the fir-covered slope, arriving at last at the mouth of a large cave. Told you I wasn't mad. what looks like a cave mouth. Want to have a look inside? Yes, I do. They made their way into the blackness. Right. Okay. Well, that was obvious, wasn't it? Okay. What time is it? Oh, I don't care what time. But, yeah, it doesn't matter what time it is actually, because if it's late, we want to be going to sleep. Oh, let's carry on a bit. What I'm going to do is just... Who's carrying torches? Owen. What's this? The mines of the... Yes, that we couldn't have got in, I think, without that. Right, so we'll carry on then in the next session. We'll carry on and work our way through these mines and hopefully into Sarth via the back entrance. So I will see you next.